I'm your host, Janisar Ahmed, bringing to your doorstep hot and sizzling news from the US and around the world. I am joined in the studio by Mr. Noor Tofader. Thank you very much, Mr. Noor, for joining me again and again. It's been
Thank you very
a
much
joy
to
and a
call.
blessing to have you and share views with you. So let's kick off the show with the developments going on in the wake of the Florida shooting. The most latest development is that President Trump has stated that he is going to place some kind of a ban on the sale of bump stock. Now, you understand what menace, how serious a thing bump stock is. I mean, it turns a simple weapon into
Is
a deadly killing machine.
exactly President Donald Trump. He making the boys before last 50 years.
Mhm,
We never hear anyone boys,
mhm,
any president or any elected official.
mhm.
But thanks God,
He is doing something.
he is
Mhm,
making
mhm,
some kind of whatever big thing or little. He just bring it
mhm,
on the avenue on the road.
mhm,
That we have to do something
mhm,
for our kids,
mhm.
our children.
Okay, right. But how serious do you think this move sounds like? I mean, is this just like a primary kind of a step, or is it going to bring violence down?
Exactly, federal government they just start primary,
Mhm,
but you you can see House of Florida State
mhm,
what they did.
mhm,
They do not pass the
mhm.
bill.
Yeah.
They they put against of the firearm
Mhm,
and all arms.
mhm.
They love to keep their arms.
Yeah, yeah, that's
They
a great
don't want
point.
it. Their children, their brother, their sister is die, but they don't want to lose their arms.
Mhm,
So what is the federal government going to do? Still, President Donald Trump is just bring the boys. Probably Senate
mhm,
gonna wake up. They're gonna bring the some bill, and they have some talking point.
mhm. I mean, Constitution is about safeguarding people's life, right?
Yes,
Second Amendment is is becoming a cause of something that is. I mean, people say that it is because of Second Amendment that the school shootings, happen.
our president candidate X, and now he is the also governor of Ohio.
Mhm.
He requests
Yes, sir.
John Kasich.
Mhm.
He requests to
Yeah,
the president.
he is a very like a kind of a proactive kind of a person.
Yeah, the, we have to take care our Second Amendment,
Mhm.
but we have to take care our children
Yeah,
and our life too.
yeah.
Please do something.
Mhm.
So we respect his voice.
No, but do you think that the kids, school kids, the protesters, are they going to get something out of the whole the move by President Trump, or
Uh, NRA is the money maker machine.
it is? I mean, I remember Charlton Heston saying that take my guns away, and then he stated, take my guns away over your cold, dead children. I mean, now he was an Oscar-winning actor. He starred in famous movie Ben Hur and so many others. And but this is the insanity where you have celebrities, you have sensible people talking in favor of the guns in a society where people are sensible enough to go on about their daily lives without guns.
Our president, executive, if he give the executive order,
Mhm,
1, 2, 3,
mhm,
all everything going to be,
mhm,
but he don't want to do that.
mhm,
He did so many funny things,
mhm,
so many executive order,
mhm,
but what he did nothing.
mhm,
And you know, so still he try,
mhm,
but we hope the Florida kids
mhm,
they're gonna bring something in Washington D.C.
Some of the kids, they said that they were really like pissed off, and they did not even want to, be a part of that, because they said it was a photo op kind of a stuff. They did not want to, go in front of the cameras. Just it was like it was. I mean, they were saying that if you want to do something, take some real measures.
They are young, 16, 13, 15 years old kids. They're teenage. They don't want to do destroy. They're thinking they're destroying their life.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reason they are worried right now.
Mm.
And we hope something. Florida, upper, they have a Congress, they have a Senate. Lower and upper. So let's see what is the doing upper level in state house.
But at least I think you have to. I mean, it's not about point scoring, but at least you have to give some kind of credit to President Trump for at least initiating the whole movement and taking it somewhere. If the ban is placed on bump stock, I mean, that was the major motivation for gun buyers. They would, buy a gun and think that they have got the, deadliest
Ah,
machine.
you,
Now you take the bump stock away, that motivation is gone.
uh, one thing you're gonna found, probably you know that President Donald Trump father and his grandfather, also President own,
Mhm,
they are board member of NRA.
mhm. Okay, I mean, this is something new. Wow, they still are.
They are board member of NRA. So still he bring the boys.
Mhm. I mean, so that means he needs to get some kind of applause.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not easy. I mean, going against the NRA. I mean, we've understood how politics play out over here, from Rubio to so many others.
Since 1973 or
Yeah.
72, they are a board member of this.
I mean, is it true that NRA is having so many big politicians in its pockets, like so many nickels and dimes? I mean, you spend the money and you can buy somebody off, and they are unable to, you know,
You know,
do something.
these days, no honesty.
Mm.
Uh, the politician, they going to work for own self. They do not work for their community, their district.
Mhm.
Same thing our country too,
Mhm.
everywhere.
Mhm.
Like over here, NRA buy all politicians,
Mhm.
Republican, Democrat, Independent. Their pocket is everyone.
Okay, so you place a ban. Let's suppose you place a ban on the bump stock, right? There's no bump stock, so there is no, as President Trump stated, there is no machine gun. Okay, but having said that, that means the assault weapons, they are still on the shelf, and people are still purchasing them, right? So let's suppose, God forbid, in another kind of a hypothetical situation, somebody takes a gun, steals a gun from his father, as has been happening in the past, takes the gun to somewhere else and starts to shoot. So the damage is going to be, like, it is going to be limited. It is going to be on a lesser scale because of the bump stock, but it is going to be damaged nonetheless.
But one thing, Janet sir, step by step, President
Yeah,
just making the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
making the
At least this is a
yeah
move
make,
forward.
he just making the avenue
Yeah.
step by step. Let's see what
Mhm.
coming days what he doing.
So you are like hopeful about how things are going to turn out.
Of course,
Mhm.
I am hopeful with this president.
Mhm.
He gonna be pass. You gonna see the dreamer. He gonna be pass late amnesty or amnesty for the 11 million people. He is the guy. He is the person we have to honor and respect.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we have to give him time. People have to give
Exactly.
him time. They
Uh,
they are judging to conclusion, and that's not fair. At
exactly.
least, but let's hope that there is some kind of kind of a compromise where the NRA understands how serious of a problem this is, how precious the lives are. The lives continue to be lost because of this rampant sale of guns being available all over the country. I mean, this is proliferation. I mean, it needs to be stopped. So,
One thing,
mm,
background check. This is long time. Federal government order that this is have to be do background check.
mm,
When people buy the gun,
mm,
why they don't check the ID? Why they don't do the background check? The gun seller,
mm, mm.
they are not doing their
Yeah,
job.
because in Florida, you
Whatever.
just step into a
Nah,
store and you just pick up a
uh,
gun and walk out to the store.
Jana sir, I'm not talking Florida. I'm talking overall America. Federal government make the rule for America, not for the state.
Mm,
Whole America. Everyone have to be show the identification
yeah.
and check the background. What is the gun seller doing? They're not doing their job. They do not do their homework.
No, but in previous so many cases, the person in question bought the gun. The background checks were done. Everything seemed okay, but somehow something happened to his thought process, his mind, and he opened fire with that same gun. I mean, he was an okay guy, but later it turned out to be somebody else. And this is the problem with the background checks.
This is listen. Once a while, you're gonna be having some kind of bad apple.
I mean, what was his name? The shooter at Las Vegas.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
was
his background checks were cleared,
perfect.
and he, yeah, as you said, perfect. He had no criminal record, and turns out
He
one
is
of
the
the worst killers in American history.
yeah.
So background checks, I mean they are good, but this doesn't make any sense. Right?
Like we are surviving. We living our city life, New York City. New York City is the tough city in the world.
Yeah, yeah,
But thanks God, our governor, our mayor, and our police commissioner, they doing excellent job. Excellent job.
yeah.
But over here, we are ethnic. They have a ethnic community. They have a white community. They have a African American community. Police doing their great job for all community, every human being. If we gonna buy the gun, I gonna buy the gun. Why I gonna buy the gun for live in the city? New York City have a millions of gun owned police commissioner, police department. Why I have to buy the gun?
I mean, but you can buy for hunting purposes.
Listen, everywhere, every country, every city, they have a police, they have a sheriff, but our federal government lawful is not good.
Yeah, that's very that's quite a point.
Some avenue,
They
you
find
know,
some kind of
yeah,
way to trick the
that's
authorities.
why people just get their opportunity.
They game the system, right? You are
Yeah.
perfectly right. So here, viewers, we'll be taking a short break. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back. Welcome back to the show, viewers. We are into a very interesting and absorbing discussion with Mr. Noor. So let's carry on with the discussion. Mr. Noor, moving on. What's happening with Syria? I mean, just the other day, news is coming in that 100 people they have died resulting from fire. They came under fire by the Syrian government or supported by Assad. They were rebels or they were
You know,
Syrian army. Who were they?
Jana sir, one is bad things in Syria.
Mm.
Old regime, like Assad regime, they have to go. If they do not go, democracy never gonna become in Syria. Middle Eastern surround continental Iran, Turkey, Lebanon, and Saudi Arabia. Other side Iraq and what is Israel. All try to solve the problem. But Assad regime, if you go Arab times today, Assad regime, they don't want to do any kind of peace. They like to stay in the power. And today, almost UN report, over 400 people injured and die.
Yeah, and 100 have died.
Die. For what reason? Their country and their citizen. Why they have to bomb blast?
Exactly. I mean, that's. I mean, but this is insanity. This is insane. This is absurd.
So
I mean, the war has been going on for a number of years now. Chemical weapons used, uh, massacres going on. So many countries, they are now active players in the whole Syrian equation.
Jana sir, one thing is Western country and supreme power like America, Russia, all European have to be one place. The Assad regime have to go. They throw them out, clean them out, and put the democratic way, democratic government. Like President, our ex-president, President Bush, did in Iraq. And he tried to do the Afghanistan too.
But why, like, why are so many countries interfering in, like, they are active participants in the war right now?
Everyone try to play the games. Victims.
I mean, you
Everyone.
name it, Iran, so as you name all the countries. What's wrong with what's biting Saudi Arabia? Why is it? It has been funding. I mean, it has been funding Wahhabism. I mean, reported allegedly.
Exactly. I'm not get into the religious and same time politics. Saudi Arabia, they making religious as a politics. Is not good.
And they have lots of money, oil money,
petrodollar. As not, you know, if you take care, you religious, you have to respect everyone, every human being, whatever they are, but they don't. They bring some bad apple. So Saudi Arabia have to be get wide.
Do you think, honestly speaking, that this whole Syria equation, it blew out of proportion because of the fact that Middle Eastern people, particularly Syrian people, they don't respect democratic right of people. They don't respect. They don't believe in freedom of speech, freedom of press. Was this the reason why this whole thing blew up into a whole civil war and even worse? They don't understand how do you respect
why the country of Syria start each other war. I do not know. They have a good relation with the Turkey. They have a good relation with everyone, and they are not. He is not making any kind of bomb, or he is not threatening anywhere in the world. Somewhere in the Barack Obama president time, the Arab Spring came. All the Libya, Tunisia, and some other countries making the democracy, but Syria is not a part that time. But somehow they are stirred for democracy.
Exactly. Because
this democracy making this road.
I mean, remember, this is the age of internet. People have, they are connected to world audience. They have news pouring in 24/7, and they are no more the ignorant fools. They know what is happening all around the world. They understand democracy.
Yeah, Iranian government try to interfere with our social network, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, but people's voice, Iran cannot do it. They open everything, but
Well, sooner or later, I think even Iran would have to come to terms with this whole problem of suppressing freedom of speech, as has been happening during the past
Uh,
month, this month.
uh,
I mean,
Iran,
demonstrators have
Iran,
taken to the streets.
Iranian present president probably he gonna be open for dialogue, open for dialogue, and open for all politicians together do something for the country, seek of the country.
Yeah, yeah.
You
But
know,
one thing I think, do you agree with me? Muslim Middle Eastern countries, the people, they have grown intellectually, philosophically, and news wise they are very well, like, educated compared to like 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And now it is, the game is over for those dictators and authoritarian, leaders.
you know,
It's no more the
all
same game for them.
whole world running by king and queen.
But no more.
Those day is over.
Is over. Yeah.
Those day is over. Now in social network time. Now is the democracy time. They have to be give the democracy.
I mean, this is why we keep talking about India, India, and India, even Bangladesh, because they have experimented with this democratic process, and they have shown to the world that they have what it takes to be a successful democracy. Imagine if somebody sticks on to power for an indefinite period of time in India, what's going to happen? I mean, the world is going to be rocked, you know. But Indians,
They
respect
understood.
they respect democracy. There is no military general who has the guts to even talk to the democratic leaders. Compared to Pakistan, where half the country's existence, military has ruled the country and decimated the whole political structure. But India is growing, so is Bangladesh, because of respect for democracy, respect for freedom of speech, respect for, giving voice to the people.
People's right.
Now, can you even imagine that someday a dark cloud would loom over India's democracy? No,
Never ever.
never ever. Exactly, because that's the point. This is the reason why, and this is a fact that the Middle Eastern rank and file people, they have understood, the common people. And now I'm saying that the game is over for those authoritarian leaders like Assad, Rouhani, and the Iranians regime, the even the
Saudi,
House of Saud. I mean,
Saudi and Kuwaiti,
yeah,
all
yeah.
everyone.
What do the Saudis do? They keep their women inside the four walls of the house, and they don't, allow them to speak even publicly or go out or have freedom. They don't let them drive cars.
I don't want to get into the those part, but they are not a good human being. They treat
Yeah,
they treat their wife is like
as slaves.
exactly slaves. So this is not a human culture.
Yeah.
Hope Saudian people and Kuwaiti people they understood. They opened their mind. They have to build their country.
The new chap in the new kid on the block. Sorry, I used the word chap. No disrespect to the prince, the heir prince, but the new kid on the block. What's his name?
You talking the
Saudi.
Sulaiman?
So he
King.
is trying to bring about some kind of change, like real change.
Yeah.
Like he is open for westernization of the Saudi society. He is
He,
opening up campuses of
he,
Western
he's
universities.
he's study in Oxford.
He studied, no, everybody is Ivy League. Most of them are from Ivy League, but they when they go back in their countries, they believe in the status quo. This
Yeah.
chap is turning out to be someone who is bringing change in
Uh,
his society.
Thanks God, people's if he thinking for the people's, probably he have to give the people's right.
Yeah, and he's doing that. I mean, he's opening up cafes,
Cafes,
coffee shops.
also
The
women's identity. What
Yeah,
is the driving license? They
yeah,
can
yeah,
drive,
exactly, exactly.
and they don't have to be cover up.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, uh, we have certain branches of museums. New York Museum opened its branch in somewhere in Saudi, and so that wave is coming in, and it's good. But ultimately, uh, it remains to be seen where we go from here. I mean, it's a very rigorous kind of a fundamentalist kind of a society.
Still, the Syrian people have to get their right.
Yeah, but Syria, I
S-
believe, is a
The
failure of the Muslim world.
Syrian
Yeah,
were have to go.
yeah.
Who taking this war? Who? United States? No. Russia?
I
No.
mean, United States has its own problems.
Mm,
Russia, they have their own problems. They have to put bread on butter on the table, you know. And but the Middle Easterns, they need to understand that nobody would come to their help unless they stand for themselves and stop acting like school children, shooting each other. I mean, Assad is crazy person. He is sticking on to power. I mean, let somebody else take
exactly.
over. I mean, why are you indispensable?
Why you have to be there?
Exactly. Because he's being backed by Russia and
You know,
Iran.
people they don't want you.
Yeah,
Why you have to be there?
yeah, exactly,
You just buy.
exactly. But he's indefinitely. I mean, but the people, they are connected to the internet. They are connected to the chat channels with people
Every
all over the
department.
world. They know how to organize a protest. They know how to gather at a square. So unfortunately, but let's moving on. It's going to be a language day for Bangladesh. It's
Yeah.
quite meaningful because Bangladesh, if I remember, happens to be the only country that was formed on a movement that was language oriented.
Yeah. 1952. 1952.
So this is why I've seen the my Bengali friends. They always are very proud of their language, and instead of speaking some other language, they always prefer the Bengali.
Since uh, since 1952, so many university kids, so many fighter, so many writer, so many people die for this language.
Mm-hmm.
So Bangladeshi government and Bangladeshi people, we are respect our language, we are respect our culture, our heritage. We have to be taking, you know, long life as long we can our heritage. So it's going to be this evening from this evening, start from this evening. So hope world is knows Bangladeshi language. If you go New York City, official language,
Mm.
you're gonna see Bangladeshi. So
What was the role of language in the movement for freedom? Like, why was the language at the forefront of the Bengali movement for freedom?
uh, exactly, if you not mind, I can tell you clear. 1952 and 21st of February, our Qaeda Azam Jinnah, he was in East Pakistan. That time is our, we are in Pakistan. He is on East Pakistan and he is give the space in Dhaka University, University of Dhaka. And he say our tone, our mother tone and our tone have to be Urdu. But if he say, in India, our official language Hindi. If he say our official language is Urdu, probably today,
Somebody was saying like he was not the speech writer. He prepared the speech and he did not have the time to read the speech.
and that day,
But he is not a kid. I mean, he was
uh,
founder of the nation, and he
exactly,
was
he
one of
is the founder
and
for East and West.
and he was one of the best barristers in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not spoon feeding at this age when you have somebody feed something in your mouth and you start chewing it down and then say,
Uh,
"Oh, I'm dying because you fed
uh,
something bad to me."
exactly, that day so many people die. Army shoot the people. You know. So anyway, we pray for who die for the our this language. We respect it, we honor it. So hope our next generation they're going to be understood their own language.
Exactly, exactly. All right, thank you very much. We're running short of time. Thank you, viewers, for watching. We hope you like our show. Please watch our shows in future, and we continue to bring updated, most recent news to you at your doorstep. This is Janis Ahmed signing off with my senior colleague, Mr. Noor. Thank you very much, Mr. Noor. Until
Thank
the
you.
next show, good night.